This is the best episode of Two Fat Drunks and Two Medium-Sized People, the ROTTENTAIL edition.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Two Fat Drunks. I'm JDV.
I'm Casey Pierce.
I'm Josh Warner.
I'm Warpig.
So thanks for stopping in. Obviously, you can tell that we have two
Special
and
guests.
3/4 drunks here tonight. Well, no, they're both drunk.
And tiny.
He intentionally takes a long time to set up.
So welcome to the show, guys. So as we shoot this episode, we're halfway through June. It's been a very wet June here in the Midwest. It's rained like every day, like it's
It is the autumn of our discontent.
Very moist. Very moist.
Been
Like
pretty
your mom.
awful. Okay, so on this episode, we're going to be talking about the independent film ROTTENTAIL. It's a cool little movie. We'll kind of give our review of it here in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But you guys want to talk about it a little bit? It's from a source.
Point Press.
Tricky word.
Source
Sour?
Source.
From the largest independent company,
What is the
publishing
name?
company
What
in
is
the
it?
Midwest,
What is it?
Source Point Press.
As far as independent, I would say creator-owned comics, I think we're second biggest in the world now.
Yeah.
In the
really?
world?
Because the only other one's Image, really, as far as doing all creator-owned stuff.
Wow.
So anyway,
That's actually pretty cool.
these
I'm
cats,
probably talking my ass.
Nah, you're lying.
I guess mainly do comic books, but one of their graphic novels did get turned into a movie called ROTTENTAIL. And I get, where can you see it now? I mean, I know how we saw it because you gave us a disc to watch. I mean, is it on video on demand? Is it at your website? Where can they get this movie to watch that we're about to blab about?
I have gifts. These are, she's pulling them out for you already.
Oh, look at that.
Not your place,
How fun
Casey.
is that?
So, one of these is for you, and then here's the cool one. This one's been signed by a whole bunch of cast members and the
Did
director.
Karin Nemec sign it?
He did. He
Did
did.
he?
Yeah,
Are
so
these
you can sell it
prizes
for
our
at
viewers?
least $100.
Well, shit.
So one for you, regular one, and then the signed one as well.
Oh, did you really? Oh, you're so nice.
Now,
Look
the
at that.
Corin Nemec from Parker Lewis Can't Lose and SG-1.
You know what I think we should
He
do?
is Parker Lewis.
So we're going to, when we get to our 10,000 subscribers, which should happen in the next couple months,
Really?
I want to give a prize away. So maybe we'll throw one of these in there
That'd
for
be
the
fun.
10,000
Oh, I like
subscribers.
that. Hey, that's a good idea.
So places you can see it. There's various cable companies depending on where you live in the world.
Oh, very
Depending
nice.
on where you live and what cable company you have, it's on demand, like Spectrum, for example. It's also on iTunes. You can rent it on YouTube. You can buy it or rent it on iTunes. You can buy or rent on Prime Video.
Okay.
It's on Prime.
Amazon.
That's good.
Yeah,
It's good to
yeah.
know, man. Hey, if it's on Prime.
So anyway,
can't be that bad.
this time we will have some links below to. So if you want to check out ROTTENTAIL, the movie we're about to review and blab about, go down to the links below. Anyway, so both you and I watched the film.
Yeah.
I was pretty fucked up when I saw it. So
Oh, that helps. That's great.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I was pretty wasted.
In other words, I gave you guys a fair chance. Like if you're watching a horror
Man, give me
movie at
shit.
3 p.m. while your fucking kids are all over you, you're not giving it
It's
a fair
hard
chance.
to pay attention.
Yeah,
to.
especially needy.
It's like when people went to see Blair Witch Project after the people who needed to see it saw it. In other words, so
Right.
like when it got to, I cannot think of a worse place to see the Blair Witch Project than in a crowded theater with teenagers.
Yeah.
The way to see that is by yourself in a cabin, and then that movie becomes infinitely scary.
Oh yeah, big effect.
Right?
Big
So I
effect
mean,
difference.
so I gave it a chance, and we both said the same thing. It was a lot better than we thought it was going to be. Huh? I mean,
Look, I speak for myself here, but I carry, you know, I don't know. There's a bias at first for independent film, but then on the other hand, it's like, well, yeah, but you got
Just
to tip your
because
hat
it's-
to independent film because you know what they're going through. And I got to tell you, I was watching it and I was like, wow, there's quite a bit here to like, actually. And I look, I go into everything fully prepared to fucking hate it. You guys have watched the show, you know I am a fucking dick.
Professional hater.
Fat,
I hate everything.
drunk,
You hate everything.
and stupid.
It's
Well,
no
look,
way to
you
make
can
it
hate,
better.
you can
But-
dislike a movie for two reasons. One, because it's just shit. It's just made like shit. It's just shit.
Right.
And well, it's well made, but it's still shit. It's like, you know, it's
Sure.
it's like a lot of TV shows that you don't like but have fans. You know,
Right.
just because you don't like it doesn't mean it sucks. But a lot of independent films just suck. I mean,
They're
they're
just, it's not very good.
well, it's just because they don't reach a level of perfect. Like shit will be out of focus. The music will just be horrible.
The
just,
details aren't
it'll be
there.
out of sync or something.
Right.
I mean, just technically, it
There
was
is
just
something I think worth saying here, and that is that sometimes one quality of an independent film will be much, much higher than another, literally because that's where the money went. Once the money runs out,
Rotten Tail's a good
those
example
other
of that.
elements go, whoa!
I watched it and I did dig it because I got right away where they were
going
I didn't
with
even know
it.
it was a comic book movie until the very end. I'm like, oh,
This
novel
comic book, really?
People can read. I mean, I was just watching it as a movie.
What is a book?
And the movie stars
Corin Nemec.
was
Look, honestly, that's the only name I know from it. But I mean, he was originally like. When you think about it, you say, okay, yeah, Parker Lewis can't
Parker
lose.
Lewis.
Right.
I never saw the show, but I understand it was.
But back in the day, you got to think about it. Yeah, Corin Nemec. You mean a professional actor that's got over 35 years experience doing this, who's worked with like some of the biggest actors in Hollywood?
Who plays the preacher? Something McNamara, I think.
Billy.
I
Billy
like
McNamara.
that.
Bill
cat,
McNamara
he's
steals
that
this
cat
film.
was pretty good.
He is
man.
fantastic. I mean, he's got a shot at the big leagues. I think.
Pretty hard to
he's a
top
And
Mutant Rabbit Man.
I would
and,
love,
and like,
right. And he tops him.
He does, yeah.
Every time he's on screen, it's like, yeah.
me more.
And to
Right.
give the movie credit, it does not.
And the
doesn't-
credits with him in it. Oh my god, I was kind of upset. I'm like, I wish these scenes were in the
So
actual
I don't know
film,
where you
but
guys
I really
found
enjoyed
it,
it.
but Billy McNamara is worth watching Rotten Tail for alone. He plays like a crazy televangelist guy in the movie. He's not acting. It was great.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's just doing his bit,
yeah,
right.
I mean,
he
he's
loved the role, and it shows.
He's such a good actor. It's like he's not even acting. It's like he really is that.
Well,
I mean, it's
that's-
like
He
That's
did a
the
lot of
thing about
improv in the film as well.
Corin
There's a lot of
Nemec,
ad-libs.
too.
he is fantastic.
When I
so
saw-
anyway,
Well, yeah, go ahead.
so the movie is it's a Jekyll and Hyde story, kind of, or like The Fly. Means
Kind of a nerdy
yeah,
scientist
yeah.
type thing. and-
Science goes horribly wrong. It turns into a movie that is a little bit like Leprechaun meets magic.
That's the first I've heard Leprechaun brought up.
I mean, it's
Because it's got that sort of
it's a
similar
character.
vein. It's
Child's
sort of-
Play, I thought too. Leprechaun meets Child's Play, but with a rabbit. It's a very 80s film. It's sort of like, I was going to say, if Guillermo del Toro did an 80s era styled grindhouse film, it would be.
That's a high compliment.
right.
Love it.
Christ.
Because the production design
kind of everything
is
that it was
way
aiming for.
above where the movie should be at for the budget. Because I don't know what the budget is, but I know it wasn't very much. The cinematography is fantastic. Again, I don't know what
Yeah,
camera
it
you
should
guys
be.
used, but your DP was very good. Whatever camera you used,
It was good camera work. There's no
very
getting
good.
around it.
It's
It
a
was
very
real good.
professional film. The casting's a little all over. You have some very strong performances. The guy who plays the preacher, the girl who plays the preacher's wife, Billy McNamara's wife, is very good.
She's
in the movie.
hilarious.
Yeah, she's very good in that.
So I've
film,
seen the
too.
movie more and more, a million times now, and she gets funnier every time. I mean, it's like a weird little, the first watch you don't really
I
realize it, but the second
I
watch
mean,
you're like, shit, she's great.
Considering that they're trying to establish an 80s era type character, a name character,
Right.
with a face played by that actor. Freddy Krueger is the same kind of thing, where it's like a shit-talking monster.
Right.
A horrible. I mean, in this case, it has the rabbit ears and everything, but the makeup is so gruesome that it kind of takes away that aspect. That you could have played around with that. Like,
Sure.
He does kind of. And I think in the second one, I'm assuming you guys will do one because it deserves a
Well, we
sequel.
think you would,
It,
right.
Plot it
like
out.
you could kind of like Bride of Frankenstein almost, where you see a little bit more of the humanity of the rabbit. Because we had two critiques, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
When you have the guy who becomes Hyde or Frankenstein or whatever kill innocent people, then it's like it's harder to
It's hard to get behind that
unless
character.
you go
don't
full
wanna-
Leprechaun, or
Right,
full
which
Child's Play.
he's just straight up evil, and that's all there
And
is to it.
because it's not
but
an
he's-
animated doll or a fantasy, it is a mutant. It's a man who's a victim, like Swamp Thing or something.
Right.
I thought he cannot willy-nilly kill for free in the next movie. I don't think. I think
No,
he
because
has
otherwise
to
you're making a movie about a fucking demented psycho, and that only can go so far, especially if you want to extend it into a second film.
But we were both willing to deep dive on this movie because it was good.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was a really good movie. You
I
should check
like
it
the
out.
fact that my favorite thing about the film is that they went for it. Like
Yeah.
they just
Oh,
said,
yeah. Oh,
here's
yeah.
our movie, and here we go.
Right
We're not
from the
going to
start.
pull any punches.
Yeah.
And here's something
Because it
that
takes
I don't
balls
think
to
we've
make
touched
a
on.
character type movie, like a Freddy or a Jason type movie. They don't make those kind of
Well,
movies
and
anymore.
not only that-
they're all just ghosts.
But with a sense of
You know?
humor. Like, they didn't
Oh,
mind not only having a sense of humor, but being bawdy and being fun and,
Some titties.
and
It's a
fucking
very
showing
80s
some
movie.
titties. And, why not? I mean, that's something that's really missing from nowadays, which everything seems kind of Puritan.
That's what I'm saying. It's
Just
a
have
modern
fun
film.
and be light on your feet, but yet have an interesting story. That's a tough combination, and they really did kind of go for it in that respect. And so you got to tip your hat to that, because that's hard to
But
pull off.
I gotta dig it for the problem that almost all modern movies have. It's too long.
Ha! You should have seen the original cut.
Yeah, if it was a little lighter on its feet, man.
And
it
that,
just-
but that's a criticism about $100 million movies that are being made. So
Oh,
it is
yeah, I heard that,
kind of
man.
a modern phenom. This has cut it long, and ooh, I don't know, man. I'm so
do you ever
fucking
want
give
everything?
give me an 85 minutes of
How
just,
dare you cut?
you know.
well, I mean,
So-
because that speaks to a kind of discipline in the film. You need to be disciplined with your storytelling. You need to be disciplined with your camera.
Right,
and
but
just
that's
get
a-
through the story,
That's
man.
still a
Come
kind of
on.
a sophisticated comment. Nothing that I don't think people wouldn't get into the movie. I like the movie a lot.
No, I did too.
I could make, there were some
actually
very
enjoyed
dope
it.
tape moments.
It's
in that
interesting
movie.
they brought up Swamp Thing because the writer David Hayes is openly admitted to me. He's like,
Purple Haze.
I have rewritten Swamp Thing 14 times.
He's
He
one of
is
the world's
huge.
biggest Swamp Thing fans. Yeah.
Yes, he is.
He has the perfect collection. I think nobody has topped his. I saw in person.
This
What a-
vodka will not
That's
drink
kind of an
its
odd
all.
thing to say. I have the perfect Swamp Thing collection. Really?
He does. It's
Wow,
pretty
that's
impressive.
He does.
He's got
He does.
stuff that
That's what
never
I call
came
my
out.
dick.
Yeah, the Swamp Thing.
You know, it's,
baby.
you know, you might get bit by it.
Woohoo! Where'd the vodka go that I
Did
just
you
saw
feel-
for a second? And then it
All right. So anyway, that'd be my review of it. Is very for an independent film. It's very solid.
Very
I
solid.
really would like to see a sequel of it because I think you guys have something going on with it. And check it out down to links below. I know hopefully it's not more than $2 or $3 to rent, but I have no idea. Just because, you know,
you don't look at anything.
you know, you just get off the, you know, what you call it, the Pirate Bay.
The thing is, like Corin Nemec, you can
Don't do
tell
that.
he's having a
What they're going
great.
to do it. Come on, be-
He's having a great time, and that makes all the difference in the world. Like he is ROTTENTAIL.
Yeah,
Like, he has a
created
sick
that role.
fucking sense of
You know,
humor,
I thought
and he's
when
excellent.
when I was going poop today, I was thinking about the movie for the show. And I thought, you know, because he did not have to do this movie.
No?
And like he could have thought, it took
he's a
cojones,
pro.
just like
done
McNamara and Billy McNamara, and that role could have gone way wrong fast, but no, everyone. No, I think who directed it?
Brian Skiba. Yeah.
He did a good job, man.
did
a
He did a very
fantastic
good job.
He's a very sweet man, and we like.
No, our director Brian Skiba, he'd worked with David Hayes before, so they've actually known each other for 13 years. So that kind of worked out. That having Dave's name attached to the film. If you look up David Hayes, he's not just a comic book writer. He's got over 100 IMDb credits.
Yeah.
Invented the curse.
My worst section of my horror film collection has his name written all over it. Which he's been kicking
Is
around
that a
those,
compliment?
those $5 bins
It's
for a
hard
long
to
time.
tell.
People don't necessarily know who he is, but if you're a big horror fan with a massive DVD collection, I encourage you to go find the ones that
Bloody
you own.
Bloody Bible Camp.
That's
is
a great
big
example.
one with Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
That was a big one. He
The
was
fact that you have Ron
that-
Jeremy
I
in
mean,
it.
so really, what you're talking about is this generation's interpretation of what Roger Corman used to be for so long.
That's exactly it. So,
And,
like, the
but
idea of
that's
reviving
super hard
Roger
to do
Corman in a good way,
in the
is
in
hard
the
to do.
modern
Dude,
market.
it's hard
comic
to
book
make
fans
that
are
even
used to
exist.
billion-dollar films now. It's changed things.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't matter what fan you are of whatever type of movie. Those movies are insane budgeted.
Yeah.
Talking about
Yeah.
we in the 80s and 90s when me and Warpig started, we were you competing against 10 and $5 million movies.
Sure.
No, now you're competing against 50
Movies
to
that
start.
make
Well,
some
if you're an
serious money,
independent
man.
filmmaker, and I don't give a fuck who you are, it's hard to replicate a $50 million
Really
movie,
hard,
man.
dude.
I mean, much less at $300 million.
And the people, like, at conventions, they were ready to throw their wallet at you. That was that's the way we had
So
to
how
treat
many
this. We're like,
people-
at the worst, we're just going to get in a van and we're going to drive all across this country and we're going to show people how cool it is.
Well, we saw the value in
That was always
the
there.
creator meeting experience. That's the reason why people came to Comic Cons in the first place.
That upped our risk level.
But
So
that's what
we
I'm
were
saying.
willing
How
to take a
many
higher
cons
risk
do you
level.
guys go
Sure.
to a year?
all of
We were at over 60.
Jesus
our
Christ.
max has been about 70.
Wow.
This year we're
So
at about
you're
like,
working.
63.
You're working.
They're
In this
pumping,
month,
man. These
we're at
guys are
14.
hucksters, man.
Yeah, so we're in a month. It's June, which is a 4-week month. We're at 14 conventions this month. Is it okay if they're
So
holding
what do
a
you do
comic
for
book
the
day?
I
company?
don't
the
care
shop?
what.
What do
you're
I
holding.
do?
All right, let's let Angry talk over here.
I'm not angry. What have I ever
Casey's
been
a lot of
angry?
things. I would start with because you have real, credits your list. But I'm gonna say one thing she probably won't say: brand ambassador. That's a great.
Oh,
title
she's an
for Casey.
ambassador, all right.
Sure. I am a brand ambassador. I
You're
care.
a whore for this man's company, aren't you?
I
Just
care.
get right look at
Like a
that.
Playboy bunny in the good way.
That would be
Oh,
great.
Christ,
A card
I'm
that
super
said,
classy.
You have a
Christ
card
have
that just says whore on
mercy.
it.
Okay.
Hey, Warpig, your sister's a prostitute.
Hey, look, you gotta make your money somehow, right? Okay, I don't care how you do it. You get out there,
But
you do your thing.
It's
It is
for
what it
comic
is.
books, so I guess in
I
this
am double pistols right now.
in
So
this
nobody move. Nobody move.
depraved
Nobody
society, I
move.
guess it's okay.
Nobody move. So, yeah, I am
Cosmic Casey,
I'm
everybody.
representative of Source Point Press. I am also the creator of Nora, which is a 4-issue series for Volume 1. The trade is in previews right now. June 19, 2020 is the yeah. Anyways, so yes.
Wait, you have a new book, or is this a
No, this is the trade. This is all 4 issues of Nora.
Now, obviously, you're watching
when's
this
a new one of those coming out? Huh? What?
There is.
There is.
In January 2020. It will be illustrated by Kelly O'Hara, whose roots are kind of in manga. Or manga,
Oh no, we're gonna
if
be
you will.
Mad Max by 2020.
Let's
You better get that out of
wait,
the
wait,
sooner.
wait.
I'm
Let's,
already living in Mad Max time.
let's
dude.
stop talking about that bullshit and let's talk about the real story.
How fat
Pieces
you
of
are?
Madness 2. When are we doing the
No.
anthology?
People ask
When are
about Pieces of Madness
for
2.
good reason.
Let me tell you, there's not.
No,
Not at this
come
time.
on.
Not at this time.
Wait, pretend
Right
I'm
now-
someone who doesn't know what you're talking
Right
about.
now,
What are you
I'm working on a paranormal space opera. I'm a writer, by the way.
That's right.
If they
Casey's
What he's
got a
referring to-
published novel, Pieces of Madness. Check it out; it's really good.
it is what put me on
Source
the
Point
map.
Press. You can find it on
Source
our
Point
website.
Press.
All right, so let's be real. How many drawings of boobs are there?
And can we see him?
In Nora?
It's
Yeah.
just all of your work.
There's
generally
a
speaking.
dick in Nora. I'm telling you
there's
what.
a lot of dicks.
So listen.
Well,
so
you might get more.
What
There's-
sort of a dick?
There's an
Listen.
upskirt
Listen.
shot.
So
Sean,
there's
what
an
the fuck,
upskirt
man?
shot of Holly.
Like a chode?
What,
Or-
Holly?
Yes. Oh my God.
But I'm related to her. That's
Oh, I know,
that's not
I know.
gonna Work. I mean,
So-
I'm Southern, but I'm
so-
not that. For
so
Christ's
Well,
sake.
I'm eastbound now,
Sexy.
loaded up and
So
truck.
David
Laura's
Hayes.
not intended to be sexy.
No.
But there's a little sexy.
David Hayes, the writer of ROTTENTAIL, has a trade in previews right now, along with Nora. They're the same
time.
illustrator, same universe. We are
right
building
now-
up to a
What does
crossover.
trade in previews mean to someone who does not read comic
So
books?
trade in
I read
previews.
If you miss,
Conan.
if you
Speak
miss,
English for Christ's
if you
sake.
don't go to the comic shop every week or whatever,
No,
and
right.
you miss the miniseries,
Yeah.
just buy this one graphic novel. It's the whole miniseries
Yes.
done. And
Right.
the one she's talking about,
okay.
Nora, and the Rot. David
Yeah.
Hayes. So you're here for Rottentail, right? David
Right.
Hayes wrote the Rot. That's right now. Hers, Nora, right now. The
What is
Rot. Nora's,
They're in
Nora's
this-
being made into a movie
Yes, it is.
right now.
Yes, it is.
Dude, seriously,
that's a
that
good
is
reason.
Great.
You're here for
Hey,
movies?
Yes,
I'm excited
that is
about
that is the
Shit.
next Source Point film is
Hell
Nora.
yeah.
Same
And-
director as Rottentail.
Same director as Rot. I
But
didn't know if I
very
was allowed to
different,
say
very
that, but
different
since you
films.
said that, I can say.
Fucking, I love that shit.
So Nora,
This is
if you're not familiar,
I'm not.
so
I know you gave it to me.
it's psychic
Yes.
I think a
aliens.
lot, you know what I mean?
pretty much. So
Nora is Ripley who goes into your mind when you go into
yeah,
coma.
so it is
like
aliens meet Starship Troopers,
Did
very
I
much
nail that or
so.
what?
You nailed
Yeah.
it.
Right? Rock and roll,
Hell yeah.
bro.
She
Hell
has
yeah.
met Ellen Ripley, which Ellen Ripley was the first fictional character I looked up to as a kid.
Well, why would
Right,
you?
right
People
time.
forget her, man.
Right.
She was a badass in early
Right,
or
and she was a
early 80s
person.
horror.
She's not a superhero.
And I love
so,
that shit when they go, "Oh, this is the first female X." Ripley.
Ripley. Yeah.
Right. Did
you know,
IQ
Sarah
just drop
Connor,
sharply while I was away?
Fucking ain't right, ma'am. I already said.
Right. So shut up. So anyway, So Nora.
King fucking Kong.
No, right. So Nora is about a woman who can go into your coma and either retrieve you from and help you cross over. But she obtains the ability while working in bioweapons. So if you're a big fan of Robert Heinlein, you'll really enjoy this. It is painted. It is painted by Sean Steele. Same illustrator for The Rot. And The Rot, written by Mr. David Hayes, is about a man who can project his own cancer onto people and the government's trying to weaponize them.
That's fucking amazing.
So they exist in the same universe. We are building to a crossover with my best friend, David Hayes. So get both in previews right now.
What is the comic book?
Yeah, tell us about that.
SourcePointPress.com.
Yeah, you guys, you can't have these because these are my personal copies. These aren't gifts. But what's funny?
Well, then throw them in the trash.
Oh yeah, so here's another one. This variant, there's only 100 copies in the world. All right.
Well, where do you get these mighty variants?
You can't. These are mine. No.
Oh my God! Then why are we telling them about
He
it?
owns all
seriously.
100 of them. All 100.
You can't buy
Cocksucking
this.
This one, there's only 50 copies in the world that was never ever put out for sale, and I'm on the cover.
Yep,
And
you are.
Travis McIntyre's on the cover, and the directing the movie Brian Skiba's on
I
the cover.
didn't make the cover.
Then
What the hell?
why are we showing the people on the interview?
It's a yearbook, right?
Wow,
so it's
man.
a yearbook
Is that
cover.
you?
1976.
Is that your fucking high school photo?
I'm the one with the blue hair.
Man, you are gay as fuck. Look at
You
that.
can tell, right?
God damn, man. Did you get beat up a lot in high school?
There
That's
goes
cool,
the
though.
monetization right there.
Sorry, I fucked it up.
So David Hayes, this is
Best show
his
ever.
idea. He was like, let's make a Easter Falls, which is where ROTTENTAIL takes place. Let's
Right.
make a variant cover of that I'm going to give out as a gift to 50 lucky people.
Lucky
And
you.
he's like, why don't we find high school photos of some people without them knowing? So Travis and Brian had no idea that their wives had like dug through stuff and found these hilarious old photos.
But why can't the fans buy that?
Yeah, for real,
sorry, it's
dude.
not for you.
You
I
should
mean,
auction that shit, you
You,
fuck.
Check
That's how you
eBay.
make
you
the
should have
money.
been at
Christ.
the premiere. It was advertised.
every ROTTENTAIL variant is on eBay, but you can't get anywhere else. Not
I was there, and I saw
current-
the Nora trailer,
I
which
was
is on the
there.
DVD, by the way.
The
I
current
saw
cover
that.
is a movie cover. That's the new one. So if you want to try to find something cool, find early stuff, and then work your way up to that.
Oh shit!
So
I
you-
did that cover. I did that. It's 100% fake. It's a
I love
big old
it.
footage.
And
Which
you
one were
would
gonna do?
go to what website?
Oh, that's
again?
the original.
What's the
one.
website? Give it, goddammit.
All right, enough of that.
Yeah, you can find it at sourcepointpress.com. You can find it.
SourcePointPress.com.
But
Okay.
I forgot where that was
All
going.
right, so thanks for visiting Angry Pants.
Thanks for being here.
I'm not angry.
You're always angry, you
And,
fucking
I'm not angry.
Yeah,
I'll kill you in your
So on EGE front, Daddy Bear's coming out probably in a month because I've been kind of slam building some other kind of crap. We're getting ready for movie number 6. It might be a ghost movie, or maybe they'll give me one of their graphic novels, but nothing, because that's what I can afford.
Nope.
Love each other. Until next time. Jesus.
Into the
have to work with this person?
And I said,
Fucking hell.
hold on, sir. I must say you wrong. I must disagree. Oh no, sir.
Fuck me.
I must say you wrong. Oh, won't you listen to me?
Be sure to visit evilgeniusentertainment.com for exclusive content, swag, casting call news, and much, much more.